All right. Good evening,
League
everyone.
Zero,
Welcome
welcome
back.
back to the intermediate.
So we were setting up a bit where he was
Picture
going to walk out
anything,
of his closet because he
but I
could
like the
walk his
reaction.
mic all the way over there.
Yeah,
But it didn't work. It
it didn't
didn't work.
work.
I mean, no, it worked. It worked. We still could
Worked.
hear you.
All right, that's good. Greatest League Zero intro in history.
Yeah, the best one. Everyone else is going to have to improve on their intros. This is the best one ever. All right, but with all that out of the way, welcome back everyone to League Zero. We have our final streamed matchup of Week 1 tonight, where you'll be seeing Easy Clap go up against wow, I'm forgetting. Trolly Gang.
Yeah,
Now,
and it's
now my name is Dexatron. The man currently fixing his microphone, that is
sorry
Mob.
about
Mob. No, you're good. Mob, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great, and honestly, people have been talking about this match to me, and I think it's gonna be interesting. Obviously, it got pushed back because of the holiday. You got to respect our players for that,
Mhm.
but it is going to be a good one for week one.
Yeah, a good one. A good one to end week 1 on right now, because the next time we stream, unless there's still somehow some game that hasn't been played yet, I believe it will be into week 2.
Yeah, and with the other teams already showing the performance thus far, at least in a limited week one capacity,
Mhm.
that this is really the last first look we get at teams. We've already seen what the other teams have to offer, what players they kind of like running, and at this point, these two teams are still a mystery to most of us.
Yeah, honestly, they really are a mystery to a lot of us, especially with how League 1 works with, or League 0 works with their draft system. I'm going to probably be seeing a lot of these players for the first time tonight. Well, I imagine there'll be some names that I recognize. I'll probably be seeing them for the first time.
Yeah, and it's really just looking forward throughout the season. It's such an interesting thing to see all these players, the new and old, come in on just another season of League Zero. It's great to see Easy Clap Trolley Gang. We're gonna have to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, especially with it being week 1, it's always good to start off 1-0. But again, starting off 0-1 is not the worst thing. Again, only one game played. You have a 50-50 chance of winning it. There's always so much that can happen in such a long season that the week 1 results might not be, how you expect your team to go out through the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, we could be looking at two of the best teams in the division. Two of those we really don't know until we have that context against each other. But either way, I'm getting ready to see these teams in action. I'm hyping myself up over it.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to it too. I'm finally getting into the lobby here, so I can actually start to look at some of the names here, and I do realize some of them. Grolu is definitely a player that I recognize a little bit from another one of the leagues that I cast for, so I kind of know what to expect from him. But a lot of these other names that I'm seeing right now are necessarily brand new names to me.
Yeah, I can definitely recognize some of them on my own as well, despite not being as involved as I was in the past. And it's honestly good to see people again. We love new faces around here, but we got to respect the history.
Yeah, you gotta respect those veterans who are still those veteran players who are still here playing in this league, but always welcome those new ones. Maybe, a team full of veterans and a team full of rookies can kind of teach these players or the new players how it's done here in League Zero. However, I imagine it's a mixed bag for both teams.
Yeah, and speaking of both teams, we are starting to see what kind of lineups is wanting to throw out, and it's looking pretty nice.
Yeah, so far the lineups are looking pretty good. I hope they're doing it by like having the supports, tanks, and DPSs all next to each other, so we can kind of uh you know expect what to expect from the names that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, we really need to get that context of who plays what their characters are before we can really say like, oh, blank is in here. They're probably looking to play a certain character or a certain role. But we can really definitely tell that these teams are getting ready to go crazy.
Yes, especially it does look like at the moment they are just showing Hanamura. I don't believe that will be the first map we see. I believe we always start off with a control map, not an assault map. So let's just talk about what control map we expect to see. And if it is an assault map, then I will eat my own words.
Well, I do feel like the community, especially in this kind of style, loves Lijiang Tower. I think
Mhm.
Lijiang Tower is a classic. It's you can run brawl everywhere if you wanted to. You could run very diverse comps across the maps, and it just feels like it feels most original and most home to so many Overwatch players.
Yeah, I've heard players explain that Lijiang Tower is basically just like a warm-up map, no matter who picks it. It's just to kind of get a feel for the game and then move on to whatever the next map will be, because you can play so many different kind of play styles on the 3 points of Lijiang Tower.
And that's really what we want to see. I want to see different play styles. I think ever since obviously the Overwatch League no longer playing in Overwatch 1, leaving us on that Wrecking Ball Diva meta as the Shanghai Dragons won their championship. But the meta's been kind of in flux. What's good here? What's good where after some pretty big balance changes while Overwatch League has kind of abandoned Overwatch 1.
Yeah, the move to Overwatch 2 for Owl has been a big difference, especially with leagues like ours and a whole bunch of others where we're still stuck in Overwatch 1, and we're still basically going off the old comps that were used in the previous season of Owl and, just whatever kind of six-man comp or double shield comp they can run right now, depending on, what map it is. Honestly, though, throughout this entire series, I always kind of expect that we're going to be seeing a diva. Diva's kind of, in my opinion, become a little bit too valuable in Overwatch 1 just because of how much damage they're getting that the character can do on their own.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who played off tank for a very long time in these kind of scenarios, Diva is just so strong. The ability to have offensive and defensive potential with that defensive matrix, the act of peeling is so big, and that's something that doesn't really exist in Overwatch 2 too much. So it's still adapting to this, or not adapting, it's still staying with this Overwatch 2 double tank mentality. Diva is just a 90% of the time is just the off tank pick to go.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you here. It does look like the teams are getting ready here. We do know which team is which now, at least. It looks like we actually will be going to Hanomura here first, which is a surprise for me because I did think we would be seeing a control map first.
Well, we I love the switch up to CP. Obviously, a relic of the past soon will be, but I'm okay to see it here. I think it's nice.
Yeah, honestly, I might be one of the only people that actually enjoys 2 CP maps. I feel like they're challenging in their own way because you just have to stop the roll no matter what it is. I will probably get a lot of hate for saying I do enjoy 2 CP maps,
Ah,
but
it's fine. I can back
yeah.
you up. I think 2CP is a very valid game mode,
Mhm.
and I think any game mode can be snowbally. Just 2CP a little bit more. I think
Mhm.
overall it's not bad. Though I
Yeah.
do favor push more, which I don't know who's gonna
Mhm.
get more fire. Who's gonna get more fire? You for saying you like 2CP, or me for saying I like push?
I mean, I don't have anything against the push mode right now. I just want to see it on another map, or another map than the two that they gave us in the Overwatch 2 beta, just to kind of get a better feel for it. Uh, so yeah, both teams are still saying that they are ready right now. However, it seems like they're the chat they're asking where Creed is, so that's a fun thing.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes these things happen. We gotta stall for time just for let these players kind of adapt, get into that mindset about. It's really more about winning these and focusing on the map at hand than looking towards this rest of the series or even future series.
Yeah, 100%. It does look like they're actually now figuring out that we are supposed to be playing on a control map here. So looks like the teams will, whoever gets map choice will be going to Lijiang Tower. Not a shock. And like we kind of said, we already mentioned Lijiang Tower. Well,
We
we're
might see Hanamura later in the series, though. That was just a
eh,
sneak peek. But
I'm down.
they're kind of firing themselves up. They're talking in chat to each other. And that's what I love to see. You know, of course, we could be hyper professional about this. Nobody's allowed to talk in chat and everything's silent before the game, but who likes that? We love the banter.
Yeah, I mean, even Overwatch League, they still allow the teams to talk to each other in the game chat. But
Yeah,
right
it's can be very different. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but right now it's just these two teams are trying to psych each other out right now, get that psychological advantage before going into the first game here. Because week one, I imagine for both these teams, it's just gonna be getting the jitters out of their systems here. First map, first week, just get everything out. You're gonna have a bad map here, so just expect honestly nothing from this first map.
Yeah, I mean, coming into week one, these teams haven't played together for too long. So I think it really is coming down to like just the star players and individual performances, at least for this first week. Obviously, if they've been able to build up that team synergy, that will carry them through these early matches. But I'm really looking for those individual pop off moments right now.
Yeah, especially like you said, the teams have only been together a week. These two teams have been together a week and a half, so a little bit more time for them to actually practice and scrim with each other to try to get a better understanding of how they all play as a cohesive unit. But as I say that, we will be heading into the first map of Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, Legion Tower, we're going to be starting with Night Market, soon to be Day Market in Overwatch 2. And this is just a classic. I mean, I've seen the ball comps, the Pharaoh comps on here, along with the classic SimTP Rush. So what these teams gonna run, who knows?
Yeah, honestly, like you said, the Sim TP is probably the set I would normally go with here, but that's because I'm a Sim main. It does look like both these teams are gonna be coming out with the Sim to start off. Both actually we are seeing from I believe that is Easy Clap. They're teasing a Bastion. I don't believe they'll stick with that pick because I just don't think it necessarily works on this map unless they're able to get to the point first.
I would love to see it because what is a better way of asserting dominance on map one, week one of a new season is playing Bastion, baby. And I think he's gonna do it. Wait.
He's he is not fit up.
Oh, we got a pause coming through. Very unfortunate. But I mean, the doors did open. But we were talking about earlier how strong Diva is in Overwatch 1. But Troll is on Azalea.
Yeah, they're running that Zarya first. With how their composition is set up, it does kind of make sense to go with it. Speed though immediately goes in there. Vic takes out Stan Luna. Freehan comes right back and takes out Speed. However, the next kill goes the way of the Trolly gang there. However, and they keep on finding kills. Nepo does find Super Gomez, but after that, everything is going the way of the Trolly gang.
Yeah, Troll Gang is in control at this point here, but they're not out of it. Easy Clap. I say that as two players are taken out, and that's really going to mark the end of the fight. The Bastion lasted as long as they could, but just weren't able to survive. And looks like they're going back to spawn. What is...
Yeah. Well, I don't believe the Bastion never ever died, so they're going to stick with him here probably until they die, but they are already at 63% on their ultimate here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Bastion stay out here until, it gets that tank mode. Never mind.
Bastion did fall in the shadow, falls into the shield. Bubble coming through, Super not able to stay alive, and as they're trading back and forth, no matter what, Wall comes out. It looks like Speed finds another pick.
Yeah, Speed finds another 2 picks. Grolu finds the 3rd. Speed finds the 4th, and Genie finds the 5th here to pretty much end that team fight. Fearin is going to stick with that Bastion here for the moment. 5% away from the tank mode ultimate, so it can be an opening engagement here for him. It looks like he kind of knows that Speed is up here.
Yeah, they find out Speed. He has to get out of there before this fight starts, and that's a real difference. This Doom has been finding so much value throughout these fights, as we see a TP on the point.
Oh, what a great TP. Tank mode comes out immediately. Hasn't found anyone yet, but look at that. Shatter 4. Fall from it. Make it 5. The only one left alive right now is Redex, and they are not much long for this world. However, they are putting up a good fight. They actually boop the other Lucio off the map.
Quite literal Lucio diff right there. And we saw the Bastion win their first team fight. I haven't really paid attention to the other games, but I would like to bet that that is the first Bastion team fight win of this season.
I would have to agree with you there. I haven't necessarily seen much from any of the other games.
TP coming through.
Another great TP and boop.
We have Jason finding 2 picks through speed, trading his life out, but it's not going to matter. Easy Clap has kind of just rolled through the whole team. So, yeah.
Jason and
Jason, man.
Jason and NYL picking up those last 3 kills there to kind of stagger out Trolley Gang here a little bit on this next engagement. By the time they come back into the team fight here, it will be the percentages will be about the same here, and both teams will have about 3 ultimates ready to go.
Yeah, and the main thing I'm looking at is Jason. He charged the Shadow again in the fight. They go for the TP onto point. The charge not really find anything, but the Shadow insta-killing Grow.
Yeah, Jason finds 2. Super Gomez comes back and gets rid of that bash, and Speed finds the second one here to even things out. Stan finds RSK out. We're having a little bit of a battle of the Rhines right now. Jason versus Super Gomez here. Super Gomez charges and is able to find that wall before he charges off the map. Fearon does find Genie out, so no big supports left for Trolley Gang here as Speed falls as well. And right now, we are seeing Easy Clap just kind of take control of this point here.
I mean, this Bastion's just playing so far away, and the distance they need to close to get to them is it's so insurmountable with the amount of peel that Easy Clap is putting.
Yeah, that Bastion is in prime spot now. Wall coming out. However, majority of this team is on the other side of that wall. The Bastion falls. Jason does find Super Gomez. The bomb from NYL finds Redex, taking out one of their supports. Is huge right now as the wall falls down from the Symmetra of Grolu. NYL finds Speed. Half of the members of Trolley Gang are falling here. Make that 4 members of them. But Grolu is coming back, picking up 2 kills. Again, the DMEC tank mode here for Freon is coming out. Shatter comes out from Super Gomez to try to stall out that tank mode of Freon out. Another Shatter comes out from Jason there to get rid of Redex there. And only 2 members left alive now for the Trolley Gang here just to contest.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very valiant effort from the Trolley Gang, especially Genie and Grow on that side off angle. That Baptiste healing that Sim with pumping out so much damage at the side. It was able to take out, I believe, 3 people of Easy Clap before they really turned around and peeled. But it was just unfortunate that that Shadow online, no way to block it, nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, honestly. Okay. I was just told that it's pronounced Red X, my bad.
Yes. The Bastion. We talked about it in the beginning, we talked about it in the middle, we didn't talk about it at the end. He won the round.
Yeah, you are 100% right there. The Bastion for Easy Clap essentially was their opening act there to retake the point away from the Trolley Gang. And after that, they just never looked back. The questionable call to come out with him turned out to be Easy Clap's best call on that first point.
Yeah, it looks like that Lucio trying to go for the rollout, and what a find! They knew it and read him like a book.
Nepo finding Red X out early. 4 of the 5 members left for the Trolley Gang are in a tight corner here. NYL finds Speed. The Winston of Super Gomez just jumps off the map with some help from Stan Luna. Nepo finds Gene, and NYL cleans up RKSC here, and it will be an easy point cap for Easy Clap.
I mean, it's just unfortunate. They're running the 6-man comp. They need that Lucio to engage and go fast. And they go for the rollout, not expecting a Bastion to be set up on the back.
Yeah, look at this. Some swaps coming out here already from Trolley Gang here. Grolu and Speed swapping off what they originally started with, going to a more of a precision fire DPS line here with the Cassidy and the Hanzo.
Definitely makes sense though. You want to poke out this Bastion, not let him exist in the backline. They've been having trouble closing this distance, so this long range hitscan can definitely get the job done. I say that as they're just fighting over center.
Yeah, huge Shatter finds 4 people. The Immortality Field having to come out to keep them alive. No one falls yet until Genie does right there. NYL picks up Super Gomez right after that. Already 2 members. Make that 3 members of Trolley Gang are knocked out. Fear now going tank mode, trying to rain in some damage on the remaining members of Trolley Gang as Nepo finds Grelu, and the rest of the live members of them, especially Speed, are trying to run away, but NYL makes sure they do not.
Yeah, they're catching them in the spawn, and Jason accidentally goes off the map with a nice double boot from Stan. And they're just using ults because they know this fight's won. This is just free.
Easy Clap now absolutely beginning to bully Trolley Gang here, keeping them in their spawn, and they're still picking up the kills at the moment. The Lucios are going after each other as we speak, however, and it looks like the Lucio of Stan Luna is in a little bit of a predicament. Same could be said for Red X.
Lucio 1v1 on the side, gotta respect it as the symbol comes through and this fight looking to happen on bridge.
bomb coming out. It's in an awkward spot. Doesn't find anyone with it, but Redex is able to win that Lucio 1v1. Wall still doing a lot here, but the kills go the way of Trolly Gang here as 3 members taken out early for Easy Clap. However,
Yeah, but this Bastion's just sitting on point. They're not able to do much about it.
Yeah, High Noon coming out from Growler here, trying to force out that Bastion. Bastion, though, stays alive through the help of the shield of Jason DL here. Beat coming out from Redex to maintain his team in this fight, or to at least get them engaged on the point right now. 3 members on point, and they continue to find members. Tank mode comes out from Freehand, but speed comes right back. Huge shatter by Jason DL. Might just end Lijiang Tower, and it does.
What a first map. That night market was pretty close, but Gardens was a sweep. That I mainly got to point out that Bastion from Free getting his first pick on Lucio in the first fight, basically automatically winning it for them, and then staying alive in that last fight. They're able to just sit in the back, and despite, I'm pretty sure if my memory serves me correctly, 4 members of Easy Clap died, and while only 2 of Trolley Gang died, they were able to even it out just because that Bastion was at such long range and they weren't able to deal with it, that the members of Easy Clap were able to come back and 100-0 them.
Yeah, honestly, I have to kind of wonder what Trolley Gang was kind of thinking there. They knew the Bastion was positioned where it was to try to force them to come after it. However, they just kept going head on into the other 5 members of Easy Clap, which is essentially what seemed like Easy Clap wanted them to do. As long as that Bastion was alive, it was just raining in bullets, getting rid of shields, knocking out armor, making sure that those supports had to use all their abilities faster than what they probably really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can really chalk it up to how often do you play against a Bastion? It's not very often, even in the ridiculous ranked queue that we have. I think they did have the correct idea, though. Going into Gardens with that 6-man comp, I would have preferred a Sombra as opposed to the Reaper, just because I think hacking that Bastion is so integral onto this point and kind of rushing him down, burning the Bastion before they really have a time to poke you out, because the longer those fights go, the more bullets hit your Ryan's shield and the less he can swing.
Yeah, speaking of Sombra, normally you do see a Sombra come out on that Gardens map. Normally, even in all the other leagues, Overwatch League, it was Sombra is very, very strong on that map, and Sombra would have been a direct counter to both their tanks and that Bastion. It could have just been something where the Sombra have only focused on that Bastion and just made the whole team fights a lot more in their favor. They just never went to that. They never went down that route though.
Yeah, it's hard to go down because we could definitely be looking at this if they stayed on it or did that, did this, did that. Doesn't really matter. If it didn't work, we're going to be saying the same exact things. It's all just hindsight here that we're talking about. But it was a dominant showing. Definitely the most dominant showing of a Bastion I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, and honestly, I think Trolley Gang was absolutely uh, hit with a brick here with that Bastion coming out. Originally on Night Market, they were able to take that first point, and they probably expected that the Bastion was not going to stick around. However, that tank mode ultimate came in so clutch for them, and the amazing TP they had on the point just completely flipped the momentum of that point on Night Market into the hands of Easy Clap.
Yeah, it's just kind of right there. They were able to grab it and take it away. 1-0 in the series is definitely a good way to start if you're a fan of Easy Clap. Trolley definitely looking to pull it back, though. They're going to have to find an answer to this Bastion.
Well, they're going to have to find an answer, and the second map that we will be going to is no surprise, because in my opinion, everyone believes that they can win on this map. It's nicknamed Scrim's Row for a reason. We're going to be going to King's Row. Trolley Gang must really be expecting that, or must be thinking that their brawl will definitely beat the brawl of Easy Claps.
Yeah, I mean, Super Gomez did kind of take a little bit of backseat to Jason's Reinhardt forte, I should say, in that first 2 rounds. I will give Super Gomez the benefit of the doubt. He is going against a Bastion, and that's a lot of pressure to try and be swinging and getting those shadows. So definitely not gonna try and say Super Gomez got diff there, but the circumstances just made Jason perform that much better.
Maybe we can call it a minor diff here for
minor
the first.
diff. He did land some nice shadows.
Yeah, he really did. But a minor diff for the first point here. Overall, though, I feel like the biggest area where there's a definitely a gap or a difference is that DPS line. And honestly, though, it just all goes back to that Bastion play. The DPS of Trolley Gang were never necessarily able to get really anything done, or after, especially after they were only really able to get anything done when they first capped that point on the first point of Lijiang Tower. After that, the whole team kind of struggled, but the DPS line just wasn't able to carry their own weight there.
Yeah, I mean, against the Bastion, as soon as it's the hardest part is attacking with the Bastion because you're not really set up. But because we had the foresight to know that Lucio was going for that rollout on that first round of Gardens, they were able to sit back, wait, and pick out Lucio. As soon as they got the positioning on point, they never let go.
Yeah, speaking like you bring up Lucio, and I want to just say one thing. There was a big kill there at the start of the second point on Lijiang Tower by, I believe it was the Symmetra of Nepo for Easy Clap
Yeah,
that
that's what I was
really.
talking about. What they went for the rollout. Nepo did get the finishing blow, but it was most of the damage from the Bastion
Mhm.
kind of sitting in the back, and it was able to get that first pick. But you're right, that was a huge pick. Immediately won them the first fight.
Yeah. Okay, now going to King's Row. Freon
No.
is gonna stick with that Bastion here. While I
Oof.
I would expect if they're gonna roll out with the Bastion here, I would expect maybe to see an AC 130 strap, but it doesn't seem like they want to do that, at least to start off here.
Yeah, I think you're focusing on the wrong team though, because they could always switch the comps. What couldn't is this defensive comp of a Reinhardt Roadhog brawl composition. I mean, they're looking to counter the Bastion for sure.
Yeah, absolutely correct there. I was not paying attention to that at all, especially because we're seeing the Bastion come out again. And without seeing the Symmetra, I don't necessarily know how worth it the Bastion will be, but it looks like Easy Clap wants to be the Bastion team of League Zero.
Well, there's always one, and right now it's definitely working for them. RKSC, everything's on him to get this hook. And he gets one onto Jason.
However, we still see Freon just in that back line, absolutely raining in a fury of bullets, takes out Supergum as that main shield is down for Trolly Gang here early. The other tank is down as well, and now we might see a complete and total collapse onto the point from Easy Clap.
Yeah, and I just want to point out back to RKSC's Hog. I mean, that's the difference in pick. They're going against the Bastion, and now they're giving up to the Matrix just for the small chance they hit a hook onto the Bastion to kind of counter that. And right now, all he's really hooking is Reinhardt, and they're not going to find the kill that they want from hooking a Reinhardt. And they get a late stagger onto the Baptiste.
Yeah. Not what you wanted to have happen there if you are a fan or a player of Trolley Gang there. Losing Genie early in a fight, especially he's that close to a window, is bad, especially because it would have been a good opportunity to hold them here at Arches if they were able to stay alive.
RKSC on the flank, you're not really able to get anything done as a configuration tank already comes through, and RKSC works another hook onto the Lucio. As EasyCap is just pushing forward with lightning speed.
Yeah, Beat comes out here from Trolley Gang to maintain their team in this huge shatter coming out from Jason DL there. Finds one, but the Blizzard comes out from Speed as well to turn the favor of this fight into the hands of Trolley Gang. And look at this. This is essentially their first team fight win ever since that first point on Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, I mean, the difference really came out. The tide of the fight was flipping like a metronome. That huge first pick, but then the counter shadow was big enough they were going to win the fight, and Speed's Blizzard completely turns it the other way as RKSC looks for another flank hook, whiffs it.
Another hook whip coming out. Bomb coming out early from NYL. Doesn't find anyone. High Noon comes out from Grolu, who's in the back. Finds two with it. NYL is able to crunch Grolu, though, right after their High Noon. And finds Super Gomez out. Right after Red X, able to find the Lucio duel onto Stan Luna here. But look at this. Easy Clap continues to push the card, even after a team fight that went kind of even there.
Yeah, RKSC just sitting in the backline, tries to take care of the Roadhog. As they do, they get reinforcements from spawn, and this cart is still being pushed. They have Baby Diva, so there is an advantage for Trolley Gang if they're able to get a good contest here, but the players are still coming out of spawn.
Yeah, Trolley Gang is going to be at a huge disadvantage here for the moment, but the two characters that are coming back are able to get back there incredibly quick because one is Diva and the other is Lucio. Grolu, though, opens off the killing here onto Buffalo here. Damage matrix coming out from Genie, forcing Easy Clap to play around corners until that matrix is gone.
Oh, Jason, go for the chatties, charge. As they're playing out of the subway tunnel, very interesting position. As RKSC finds another pick and a huge shadow comes out, but it's not gonna matter. They're already missing 3 players.
Already missing 3 players. That shatter from Jason DL could have turned that fight in their favor. Jason DL was just too low on health. He timed that shatter perfectly to catch out 4 members of the Trolley Gang. Just no one there to follow up on it.
Yeah, I mean, now you definitely see the weaknesses of this Bastion, that while they're on cart sitting pretty, they were doing great. But now that they actually have to push into a Junkrat brawl, it's not doing great. They're locked outside, and another 2 picks for Trolley Gang.
Another 2, make that another 4. About to be 5 here as they're able to get NYL out of their mech. And there's the 5th kill. They're only one member of Easy Clap able to stay alive throughout that because I believe they died much earlier on in the fight. All of Trolley Gang staying in that high ground for the moment right now. But it looks like Easy Clap is just going to take the streets to get back to the cart.
I mean, that's what they should do here. They should not let this Bastion get up on line sidelines. They're playing close and just charging onto them whenever they see an opportunity as the long-range beat comes in.
Yeah, just able to find 4 members of Trolley Gang. Their RSK able to find Nepo out and find Stan Luna. They want more. They're going in. Grolu finds Jason DL here. And Trolley Gang, after looking like they were struggling through that first map in the first point of King's Row here, they have completely turned around their game and have started to look like a lot better of. Wow, I can't speak. They're starting to look like a much better team.
Yeah, I mean, we saw RKSC switch off the hog, and main thing I think that's helping them is speed on this Junkrat. They're putting so much constant pressure down on both the team and the Bastion alike as the High Noon comes out.
Dueling High Noons coming out. Grolu able to take out Stan Luna and then Nepo. But look at this, 2, 3 kills followed up right back for Easy Clap. They finally have an advantage here in a fight, and they're looking for more. Diva duel going on right now between NYL and RKSC. RKSC gets DMAC'd and immediately taken out by a swing of the hammer from Jason DL. And it looks like Easy Clap could get close to capping the 2nd point. It does look like, however, that the Trolley Gang will be able to contest.
I mean, Genie is in the subway tunnel right now, not doing anything to help his team on this front line as speed falls again. They use the window in subway tunnel for themselves as the point is it's getting capped with a bomb. And it doesn't even matter. Ult's invested to the front. RKSC not able to touch in time, and they cap 2nd.
Yeah, 5 straight kills going in the favor of Easy Clap there. That damage matrix for Genie was very interesting, to say the least. They're only for himself and only within that tunnel, and it really only looked like they were gonna go for the other Baptiste of Buffalo, as Buffalo falls there early to speed.
Yeah, it's crazy these picks that this Junkrat's getting. He's being so efficient with it. I say this, RKSC does find a pick with a bomb, and this tire needs to be huge. There's so many people down, and it gets the Bastion and the Reinhardt on point.
That is going to be huge for Trolley Gang. It will allow members of their team to get back, because the only alive member I was going to say was Stan Luna, who could have escaped there. However, they got bumped out of the way, and then they got bumped out of the way right into the path of a charging Reinhardt and got pinned against a wall. Now Easy Clap will have to wait here a moment for that Lucio to get back. However, they're only nearing a minute left to go in their push.
Yeah, and RKC switches over to the Desperation Hog. They're looking to hook someone into the hole, but I really don't like this pick as they just get mowed down.
However, a 1-for-1 trade and a shatter coming out immediately. Finds a 2nd for Super Gomez. Super Gomez, Grolu going in, finding 2, 3, 4, 5 members. The team of the only one left alive. Will they be staggered here? Looks like they will be. NYL trying to get out of there, and however, finally taken out by the bear trap from Speed. A team kill that won't be counted as a team kill here for Trolley Gang.
Yeah, I mean, Gomez heard us talking trash about the Reinhardt and put Stan Luna into a splat against the wall and Genie into a splat against the floor as RKC gets picked by the Bastion again.
Not how you want to see it start out here. Tank mode immediately comes out, followed up by a tire, but Freehand immediately takes that out. Beat having to be used here to keep Trolly Gang alive here. High Noon coming out from the Cassidy of Growler here. But look at this. Easy Clap just continues to find kills. Genie is able to take care of the Bastion. Only RKSC left alive.
RKSC, the last man standing on point, and I think that's what it's really come down to. Gomez not going to be able to touch in time. RKSC, when they were winning, RKSC was on the Diva. Obviously not entirely their fault, but that Roadhog, they're playing it so they could hook that Bastion, but I haven't seen a single hook onto the Bastion yet.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. I don't know why they went back to that Roadhog there, especially after that first point and with how little it actually contributed to the team. I would have expected that we would not have seen Roadhog again, at least on this map, maybe in the rest of this series. So it was definitely an interesting pick and did not work out for them there. But the only saving grace for Trolly Gang here was the fact that they did force Easy Clap into overtime before they were able to fully cap the map.
Yeah, so a good offense here could definitely put Easy Clap on the back foot. That's exactly... if this series goes down 2-0 like it is right now, if Easy Clap do end up winning this map in this sort of fashion, I don't trust Trolly Gang to have the mental fortitude to bring it back in a reverse sweep. With how dominant this is, as a player, it feels horrible. I've only come back from a game like this one time in my career.
Yeah, looks like we're seeing Easy Clap still stick with that Bastion pick. I have to expect at this point that Trolly Gang would be expecting it. They were riding with the Zarya there for a moment. RKSC swapping over to the Demon now instead. A much better pick going into this Bastion.
Yeah, this defense matrix is so huge and allowing your Ryan to still get value despite, a minigun getting fired on them as they just rush straight in. No fear.
No fear, but look at the DPS line of Easy Clap starting to make sure that they have some fear. Genie able to take out the Bastion at least, but the rest of his team has already pretty much fallen at that point. So small victories for Trolly Gang there, but not necessarily the big victory that they were looking for there.
I mean, that's what one thing I really want to point out is the difference of Genie and Buffalo right now. I mean, Genie at 50%, Buffalo has the window up, and with this Bastion coming back and already back in form, this window could be devastating.
Yeah, Buffalo gets taken out here early, though, by Grolu, and this could be the opening that the Trolly Gang needed. Super Gomez takes out Jason DL there. No main tank left alive for Easy Clap. Red X takes out the dueling Lucio of Stan Luna, and look at that. This will be an easy capture now for Trolly Gang.
And most important thing, Trolly Gang did not invest a single ultimate to cap this point. They were building up to practically 6.
Yeah, they will pretty much have all 6. Speedwine to use his tire here early. No one on the cart, so it's not really moving much right now for Trolly Gang. You would expect that they would have one person back there on the cart, but they really have all 6 members of their team up there fighting Easy Clap at the moment.
Ooh. I mean, it feels like the call to go back to cart was made, but Red X and RKSC just dive straight in, and they'd lose all the pressure. But Super Gomez is in the back. What's going on? And it's solo shadowed. Jason
DL taking out some frustration there. Grolu is still alive, able to get the high noon kill on the Stan Luna. Now on the cart, the beat was used to try to get back to Grolu. However, Farian is able to take out Grolu before any healing was done to him.
Them 4 ults invested in that fight for Easy Clap, and it looks like they're taking it 5 now. I mean, yeah, you love that for winning the fight, but you're looking at a wall of ultimates here.
Yeah, we were talking so much about how Trolly Gang was coming into this into this first push here with all their ultimates ready to go, and essentially they just kind of waste them all. Huge shatter finds too. No one falling from it yet, and I don't think anyone will. The bomb coming out from NYXL as they were forced out of their mech, but it does find one. Jason DL takes out the other Ryan of Super Gomez right now. The tank mode for Farian did come out. Nepo finds the third on a Genie, and tank mode doesn't find anyone. Grolu, though, in the back is able to take care of the Bastion. Speed finds Nepo, but all these picks just come very late in the fight where they won't necessarily mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, this late spawn is very big, but they kind of retreated onto Grolo in the backline and given up a lot of pressure Though I don't think it's really gonna matter too much. They're just gonna come back with the numbers that they need, and it was Trolly Easy Clap's turn to just dump ults into a winning fight.
Yeah, Nepo still has that high noon, so I imagine we're going to see it here early. Tire coming out from Speed, doesn't find anyone. Frarian does take out Super Gomez to start stuff off here. Speed coming right back, taking out the tank of NYL. No Devo now left alive for Easy Clap. And again, these two teams are playing this point incredibly weird, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like Trolley Gang just really wants to win this fight no matter what, and they keep investing stuff to win it, but they keep losing it not bad enough that they need to full regroup, but not winning it at all. So they just kind of stuck in this purgatory where they think it's winnable as they constantly go in 5v6, 4v6.
Yeah, NYL deciding that it is time to say ball is life. Going to the ball. Damage mix is coming out from Genie here. Only thing it's going to probably get rid of is that immortality field for Easy Clap. High noon coming out from Nepo does find Grolo. Super Gomez does find Buffalo right out after that tire coming out from Speed. Finds NYL. Red X finds Nepo, and that will be the second point going over to Trolly Gang.
Yeah, and as much as I was trash talking the strategy, they were able. It did spend a lot of time, but they capped A so quickly that they still have a big clock looking in, going in with that beat. No one's able to get melted down by that Bastion before they can get to the end. And we do have NYL switching up to Sigma.
Interesting pick right now for that. I feel like he went to the ball for some reason. Not sticking with him is weird. Bomb coming out from RKSC. Ends up sacrificing their own life, apparently, to get nothing out of it. 2 kills going the way of Easy Clap, but 2 more kills right now. It's just trades going back and forth. 3 kills each right now. 4 kills for Easy Clap as Nepo finds Speed there. And Grolu, that will pretty much end this team fight here. However, Trolly Gang still has about 3 minutes left on the clock here to push it the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta commend RKSC though. They went underneath to try and send the bomb into the backline as a sneaky play. I feel like it was pretty telegraphed. It gave up their own life as well, and it didn't get anything. Sometimes plays like that end like that, but a high noon advance kills NYL.
What a nice play there by Grolu and Redix, boosting the high noon into an area where they could see everyone. Jason DL coming right back, find the next shot on the Super Gomez. RKSC, though, is getting rid of that Bastion of free run there. Nepo's high noon does find one on the Redx. However, look at this. Trolly Gang continues to push the card, still have 2 minutes left to go, and only need to get it about 8 more meters.
Yeah, I mean, this is all on getting this below 1 minute if I'm Easy Clap here. You do not want this clock being over a minute.
Yeah, and they will have the ultimates coming in this next engagement. NYL decides to start early with the Graviton Flux. Won't necessarily find anyone with it, but does damage a lot of them. However, the supports for the Trolly Gang able to keep them alive here. No one falling from that. That ultimate is kind of a wasted ultimate in my opinion. Damage mixers here coming out from Genie, trying to get as much damage as they possibly can as the high noon comes out from Grolu, who is stuck behind a corner right now, trying to just find one, not able to find anyone. NYL is actually able to find Grolu. Tire coming out from Speed. Huge shatter from Jason. Finds 2. Able to get 1 kill on the Speed. Nepo finds Super Gomez. And this fight is starting to go the way of Easy Clap.
Yeah, and it's very unlikely that Easy Clap finish, that Trolly Gang finished the map with over a minute. So now, Easy Clap, you take a breath of fresh air, and you're looking to not just hold this above a minute, you're looking to win the map.
Yeah, Speed swapping off that Junkrat, going to a Soldier now instead. Interesting pick, but I feel like it's not a bad pick going into what they are going into. Beat comes out early from Redx. High noon comes out from Nepo, not finding anyone. Booped off the map is Super Gomez by Stan Luna. What a big pick off there. Both tanks pretty much out of it as RKSC gets demech'd right now. Tank mode being popped here by Freerin. Finds Grolu. NYL kills themselves as Buffalo does take out Redx. RKSC jumps off the map.
This is Trolly Gang, get out now, because you have one more fight, and now this is going to be going to an overtime push. The ults are looking pretty good for Trolly Gang on their attack, but they have a flux window and beat and late shadow to deal with as well. This is going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, I have to give a lot of credit to Speed. 1 life to get that ultimate there. A lot better than what I would have done with Soldier. 3 ultimates ready, 1 being used already, but it gets immediately taken out by NYL. Bomb being used by RKSC to make sure they stay alive. Super Gomez getting onto the cart there just to try to get a touch on it. Beat coming out from Grolu. High noon coming out from Grolu while the beat comes out from Stan Luna. Another grabbed up on a huge shatter, but no one is able to get back from Trolly Gang as Easy Clap is able to win the second map.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely saw way more life for Trolley Gang in that. I mean, they're going to the third point with 3.5, 4 minutes on the clock as we see play the game from Super Gomez. This was when they were really dominating this second point. But I think we saw the real difference is how defensible that third point is between the two teams.
Yeah, honestly, you're 100% correct there, but I still have to say it was a much improved map there for Trolley Gang. However, the Roadhog pick is the one thing that still sticks out to me because the two times that we saw RKSC bring out that Roadhog, their team just got completely rolled.
Yeah, it just wasn't able to find the value that they want to. But I think the real hero here was speed stepping up the game. That Junkrat pick was so integral. And then when they switched over to the 7-6, well, the visor was unfortunately placed in front of a window. They were able to build up that ult in one fight, like you said, showing how much value they got out of that pick. And now I was saying earlier, if Easy Clap won that map in such a dominant fashion as map one, that this series would practically be over. But with how much life was shown from Trolley Gangsters, I wouldn't be surprised if they can take this next map.
Yeah, honestly, they really did come alive there. Going into a third map, backs against the wall. They don't want to start 1-0. I mean 0-1 on the season. So they essentially and they need to reverse sweep Easy Clap at the moment, or Easy Clap to get that first win. But I, they came alive. I just think it might have been a little bit too late for them to come alive.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely needed to put up more of a defense in this first map, but in the first round, excuse me. Obviously, the first map as well. But that defense of theirs, as we talked about the RKSC Hog, it's not. I want to be clear that it's not how he played the hog. While he definitely could have gotten more value, I think even the best roadhoggers in the world wouldn't have worked there. I think just having the roadhog is at such a disadvantage between having the diva that there's no difference between the roadhog and just a damage sponge for the bash. We saw it on third point as they were defending. Roadhog goes for the pick on the flank, gets immediately mowed down by the bastion, and there's no coming back from that.
Yeah, there is no coming back from it, especially how Freeran played that Bastion. The Bastion was never up front, it was never in the middle. The Bastion was always far away, making sure that if that hog was there, it had to walk through the entirety of his team to get him.
And that was always the hardest part. It'd be RKC was going for constant flanks, which did pay out some of the time, but most of the time didn't. I do want to take the spotlight away from RKC and the Roadhog and just talk about how Easy Clap is playing. I mean, they're playing around this Bastion like it's second nature. Where I was talking earlier that these individual pop-off moments are what I'm looking for, but team coordination and chemistry is what will carry these matches, and they're looking very well chemist.
Yeah, they seem to have gelled together really well, especially since it's only week one. They did have a couple extra days, to their week one here as they are playing on Wednesday, before just a couple days before week two starts here. However, you could say the same thing for the Trolley Gang. They also had, an extended week here before their first game. It just seems like Easy Clap was able to, get in the lab a little bit, scrim a little bit more. And essentially, it looks like they came out with this Bastion comp here because, in my opinion, I feel like they believed that it would catch any team off guard.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be caught off guard? Like we said before the match, who really do you see playing Bastion nowadays? I do want to shout out, while we haven't talked about Fleet in that Bastion, I shout out to the other DPS for Easy Clap. I mean, they've been consistently
Mhm.
performing well while under a Bastion comp. I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, Nepo has been performing incredible this entire game, and I feel like, a lot of it goes without saying it without really saying it. Freeran on that Bastion has allowed Nepo to kind of, you know, to have a lot of that pressure taken off of him because the majority of the enemy team is trying to figure out how to get rid of that Bastion and not trying to figure out how to get rid of whatever character Nepo's playing. If it's a Sim, if it's a Cassidy, which we've seen him play a majority of the time, it's just he almost has kind of free reign to do whatever he wants. in a much closer and range than what Freerun has.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely playing around this Bastion heavy, and I think we're gonna have to see how this Bastion is played more on Rialto. But before, we're gonna be taking a quick mid-match break, and we're gonna see you guys right after.
us back. All
Welcome
right.
back after the break. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Obviously, we had to take a quick break, make sure our casters stay just as beautiful, just as talkative. And now we're back with Rialto on map 3. And what do you think is going to happen here?
I mean, we're seeing Rialto because Trolley Gang lost map 2. Again, they have to be choosing this map because they believe that they can win on this one. However, they just need to have something that really counters that Bastion of Freerin on Easy Clap, because that has essentially been their biggest problem this entire game. They've been so focused on trying to get rid of him that they have not paid attention to the rest of the team for Easy Clap, and it showed so far for the first 2 maps. While King's Row was a much better performing map for them, it just didn't end up how they probably wanted it to.
Yeah, I mean, that's how this Bastion is going exactly according to plan. Either they will, on one hand, they will kill the Bastion, but then Easy Clap, the rest of the Easy Clap members will roll them, or they will kill Easy Clap and the Bastion will roll them.
Well, we're gonna see what comes out here first. Freeman staying on that Bastion. A pause coming out right away. We will be seeing Easy Clap attacking here first. Interesting to see them attacking first because they are on game point. So if they wanted to defend first, they would. I honestly would have expected them to defend first because it just makes it so much easier for them to know what they have to do on their own push to end the series.
Yeah, but we are seeing an Overwatch 2 S comp coming out of Trolly here with the double flag support and an interesting ball Sigma comp with the Bastion.
Yeah, well, that Bastion has not necessarily really needed a shield this entire series, as Freeman just normally stays in the back, or far deep in the back lines here. Trolley Gang going with the original dive comp here on defense.
Yeah, a very quick dive from Jason, not able to find anything, but the Bastion is set up on the side, but the pressure from the Zenyatta is too much.
Yeah, pressure from a Zenyatta is not something you necessarily hear a lot about. However, they find the first 2 kills in this map. 1 for each team. Speed goes out. Buffalo continues to go in. Finds Super Gomez. Nepu finds Grolu. And Easy Clap already starting to take control here already early.
I think Buffalo is definitely the difference maker. Finding those 2 kills to start off the fight. Kind of like that's what I was talking about before the map, is they focus so much on killing that Bastion at the off angle that Buffalo was able to get away with murder, literally.
Yeah, and look at this. Super Gomez swapping over to a Hog now. RKSE sticking with that Diva.
Yeah, now they're just getting so greedy. It feels like they're so desperate to take care of this comp that they don't really know what to do. Speed also going over to the Widow, but the picks just keep going in Easy Clap's favor.
Yeah, right now, Trolley Gang having to play around that wall there so that the Bastion doesn't absolutely melt them. RKSC gets melted right after getting D-Max. Stan Luna finds Super Gomez out early, and the first point already capped within a healthy time bank of just about 5 minutes for Easy Clap to push here onto the second point.
I mean, it's just so much pressure that on the Vine comp with the Bastion, okay, maybe, you know, the Bastion's at long range, but you kind of have to wait until the rest of the ball arrives for you to really be feeling that pressure. But with this poke dive comp with the ball, they were pressured everywhere at all times from all angles. And it's just crazy. This Flux coming out pretty early, but able to find some pretty fruitful kills.
Yeah, Graviton Flux coming out. Minefields coming out as well from Jason DL, who does find Genie. Super Gomez falls right after that, swapping, only sticking on that Roadhog for 1 life before going to the Orisa. Speed going, sticking on the Widowmaker, which I did not recognize they were playing there. Redux, though, is still one of the only members of Trolley Gang here to find kills and find them both onto Freerin.
5:20 on the clock. I mean, this double sniper, double shield comp can definitely work, and it's finding some kills against the Bastion, but they have 5 minutes on the clock. This is so hard for Trolley Gang.
Yeah, Trolley Gang at this point basically needs to be holding this arch and this rampway. They cannot allow Easy Clap to get within the final building here on Rialto. Speed, I wonder if Speed's going to stick with this Widowmaker after this life here. Tank mode coming out from Freeman. Bob also coming out from Nepo. Finds Speed early. Buffalo finds Super Gomez, and it is already starting to fall apart for Trolly Gang here early. Half the team down. Make that 2/3 of the team down.
I mean, that's just what you're seeing. There's so much pressure from all directions. There's ults getting used. They're splitting the attention of the supports. And now we have Speed going over to match the Bastion in this final fight. And it's just too easy for Free.
Dragon's coming out, but the Transcendence from Buffalo will be able to keep his team alive.
What?
And
What?
will they be able to get back and contest? They are. Super Gomez and RKC there, but Redux, Grolu fall early. RKSC falls. Super Gomez falls. And with 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in the time bank, Easy Clap makes this map look easy.
That was one of the most dominant Rialto pushes I've seen since the 2019 Stage 1 Finals. It is crazy dominant. The card basically never stopped moving. Trolly basically got a single fight win under their belt on C, but it doesn't. I was saying it earlier that it's really hard to mount the reverse sweep to get that mental to push off that you're 0-2 and on match point and kind of bring yourself back. But facing a 4 minute and 9 second time bank, that's a mental pressure that can crush even the best.
Yeah, and it just seemed like throughout that entire round there that Trolly Gang just was not confident with what they were picking, especially in their tank line. We saw Super Gomez make tank swaps every time that he pretty much died. We saw a Roadhog for a life. We saw Orisa. We saw a Diva. We saw a Hog come out from him. It just seemed like they didn't know what they were doing. Speed making that swap to the Bash in their late to try to get something going their way. Doesn't necessarily find anything from it as Freeman able to win that duel right away. Speed, however, is going to stick with that Bastion here, at least early on their attack.
No. Please sitting on the sneaky boat play. I don't really think it's going to work, but I love to see them try.
Honestly, well, I think the shield might give it away. Yeah, Super Gomez and RKSC do realize... but the ball play from Jason Deal is able to get rid of Super Gomez. However, Speed finds Freeman Grolu. Speed finds Freeman and Jason DL. Grolu does find one. Half the team down already for Easy Clap. RKSC
He was
falls...
stuck on the boat. He got booped onto the boat, and while the play was very fruitful, I love the bamboozle. Didn't end up working out, and the Speed Bastion looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, but the main difference between how Speed plays Bastion and how Freeman played Bastion is Freeman would normally not be this far up, always as far back as they possibly could get. Jason DL takes out Grolu early, and Speed, because he's up there with Super Gomez, gets taken up by NYL. Genie falls as well. Redx able to continue at least finding kills while the rest of his team continues to die.
Yeah, it feels like at this point Charlie is playing mystery here, is just praying that something works. And I think the confidence they have right now can definitely get it done, but they just need to pull it together, fix their mental. And as I said, as RKSC switches once again, as a 5 volley goes to the head. It's just unfortunate for Grow.
Yeah, Grolu's not having a fun time right now. Getting dinked 5 times in the head is not how you want to see it happen. 2.5 minutes for Trolly Gang here to push it the rest of the way. That ball of Jason DL has just absolutely been disrupting anything that Trolly Gang tries to do. RKSC lands a hook on the Stan Luna, able to take out one. The wall or the dance resistance comes out from Genie, does find one with the help of Super Gomez, and Speed finds the second one. The Transcendence did come out from Redix, or my bad, Buffalo there, not able to necessarily keep a lot of people alive as the minefield comes out from Jason. However, they die right after they pop it off.
Yeah, and this is Trolly Gang looking to take the first point in a pretty good fashion. RKC on that flank, opening it up. Growler switching over to the Tracer, and I do cap it up. And this could be the start of a very nice comeback.
Yeah, Freerin absolutely getting baited there by Jason. Or, my bad, it was RKSC absolutely being baited there by Jason. Freerin also did pop his tank mode, but gets immediately melted by Speed, who also melts Nepo's Bob. Super Gomez takes out Jason. Nepo, though, comes right back with their own life and takes out Grolu. Just kills going each way. However, it still seems like Easy Clap is able to at least stay within area to try to contest this card.
Yeah, this card just kind of keeping moving right now with speed on it. This is not really how Free likes to play the Bastion. I think that can be the real difference of the styles. The Fox coming out onto the Bastion, able to stay alive and going into tank mode, and Mortality being able to keep them alive as they're looking for any kills they can get.
Yeah, going after Jason DL right now with the help of RKSC and the half of the rest of their team. They're able to find them. Super Gomez finds Freeman. 3-4 members of Easy Clap falling. And again, we are starting to see Trolly Gang get a little bit into this map right here and start to show that they could potentially maybe fully cap this map as well.
Yeah, you're really seeing Speed's different style of Bastion prospering with this Erase the Shield. And now it's actually Easy Clap that's playing Mystery Heroes right here now, as Grollo finds a nice early pick onto Stan Luna, and it's just a full sweep.
Yeah, it's honestly the hog pick for RKSC is actually being so valuable here, as he's just actually walking so far ahead of the team, flanking on his own and trying to land hooks onto people and take them out, that it's kind of distracting a couple members at a time for Easy Clap, allowing the rest of their team to kind of stick on that cart and push.
Yeah, no, we do see the hog sick coming out of Jason and NY. This is really going to be the last minute adaptation. Can they hold this? It's very similar time banks of huge proportions as Speed on that cart looking for something.
Damage matrix coming out here. The amazing purple there onto the cart. It kills Speed. Grolu falls right after that, and we're starting to see Easy Clap get back into this fight. But tank mode coming out from Freeman immediately finds one on to Genie. Jason already finding a lot of value with that hog. Finds Redex. RKSC continues finding value with the hog before he gets taken out by the other hog of Jason DL. And it really seems like at the moment, Easy Clap has kind of stabilized here on the defensive side.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many things in the game that counter a Roadhog more than your own Roadhog. And that's what we definitely saw there. RKSC getting kind of not shut down, but definitely limited to what they do in fear of that Roadhog hook.
Yeah, Grolo with the pulse bomb going after the target they were certainly looking for. 3 members already down for Easy Clap. Tag mode coming out from Speed, not finding anyone, but is laying in a lot of damage. 4 members down, about to be 5. However, they get the nano boost onto the NYL. However, it doesn't save them for long. They fall immediately to 4 members from Trolly Gang. And look at this Trolly Gang able to complete the map with time just before Jason was able to get back to the point.
Yeah, we're gonna see the actual time very shortly. It's not gonna really show up, but whatever it was, the Easy Cap did finish with 1 minute and 22 more. So it's Easy Cap does still definitely have the advantage with their dominant round, but the momentum is shifting in this series.
Well, I have to agree with you partially on that. We kind of thought the momentum was shifting in King's Row, and it really just seemed like Easy Clap was able to put together a couple team fights towards the end of that map to keep it in their favor. However, this first point, Easy Clap was able to hold Trolly Gang a lot longer on this first point than what they were on the other 2 points. So it might already be at a little bit of a disadvantage more than what the time bank is for Trolly Gang here, because they really did struggle on this first point until essentially Easy Clap split off into groups of 3 and did their own thing.
Yeah, I think we want to see that combination in playing around 3 that we saw in this attack on this first map and the rest of the series, that it kind of went missing against Speed's Bastion, and that's what I want to see coming back here on their defense.
Yeah, so we will be seeing Trolly Gang attacking here first. They have to, my feeling is they have to at least get to this first point to give themselves some hope later, or when they're defending right now. The Bastion of Speed is going to stay out here. And it is they're starting to kind of play it like how we normally saw it Freeman play, where they're staying far back, not allowing any of a lot of the major sources of damage to really affect them.
Yeah, it's odd that they're holding the first corner so hard, that because Free was playing so far back, that they kind of just were able to roll through, and then I don't even think they're going to be able to put up another first point defense.
Yeah, look at this. If they keep all 3 members on this cart, we're going to have to see some incredible swaps come out here from Easy Clap to try to contest this. Jason DL going to that Orisa here is an interesting pick. They kind of also did talk about before this round started that they were kind of forcing him to make that pick. Will we see a contest here from Easy Clap, or are we just going to see him allow... Wow, they actually just allowed Trolly Gang to just fully cap that first point.
Yeah, that set of Bastion is just so powerful. They need a fight win to turn the tide in their favor, stop this Bastion from just pushing forward. But that window is gonna look to continue that pressure.
Yeah, window immortality field also out. RKSC able to take out NYL. Nepo though does take out Grolu. That is big for them. Our Red X with help from the tank of Speed able to take out a couple of the other support. Genie does find Stan Luna, and look at this. They should be able to get incredibly close to the second point before, you know, a contest comes back out from Easy Clap. However, Easy Clap is going to come back with almost all of their ultimates ready to go.
Yeah, this is the really deciding fight because if they get this, they get B, and that's just so much pressure to get. The Flux comes out, every ult hit Qs, the Transcendence as well. Everyone's hitting Q at the same time. Who's gonna come out on top? NY is the first person to fall.
Speed, though, that's their main damage source. They did not want him falling. Tank mode now for Freerun, who boosts himself up, trying to take care of RKSC, is able to Super Gomez falls, and it's starting to all fall together for Easy Clap as they are about to completely team wipe Trolly Gang here to end their offensive push.
I mean, Trolly Gang, valiant attack, but that's all they're gonna be able to get. Basically, halfway through the map, and Easy Clap, the win condition is set. It's not an easy one, but with 3:22 on the clock, it's definitely possible. We did see that was the first overtime push for Trolley Gang. So if Easy Clap are able to have such a easy first point as they did on their attack and how Trolley Gang just had, they can have probably 3, 4, maybe even 5 fights on B.
Yeah, especially Trolly Gang only had 2 minutes in their time bank. They were able to get it that far in that amount of time. I would imagine that gives them a lot of confidence here going into their own defensive hold here. NYL coming out on, or at least teasing us with the Winston pick is an interesting choice, at least in my opinion. They must be expecting that we're going to be seeing a, you know, something. They're expecting something. I just don't necessarily know what it is.
Yeah, I think it would just coming out to comps. I don't really expect to see this Winston. I think it's just a quick bait, yeah, as we're switching up. And the only difference in these comps is the Hanzo versus the Ashe. Nepo has been finding a lot of good picks on the Ashe, so I trust them on it. And actually, funny enough, Nepo is out damaging a Flea on this map. The Ashe finding more value than the Bastion, interesting enough.
Yeah, with everything that the Ashe can do, especially with her dynamite, I'm not surprised that we've been seeing the Ashe do more damage in the Bastion, especially because Freerun plays that Bastion incredibly far back. But we're seeing Freerun take an interesting placement with the Bastion this time, sitting directly on the cart. We have not seen that from him so far this entire series, where he's up front in the team fight.
Yeah, anyway, I'll get in Flea finding first picks. It was very was playing far back Bastion like Flea, and Flea was playing on cart Bastion like Speed. And it's very interesting to see them kind of switch styles, and we can definitely see Flea came out on top. And like I was saying earlier, they needed this first point hold, but it looks like first point is just going to very easily go over to the side of Easy Clap, and now they're going to have about 2 minutes for B alone.
Yeah, will Speed be able to respawn before the spawns? Which is, he's able to respawn, which is a big thing here for Trolly Gang. They might be able to hold this bridge. However, with Red X falling there, that is not what they wanted to see. They're going to pretty much have to give up the bridge, as they just lost one of their biggest sources of damages and support. Speed, also their biggest source of damage, just fell. However, RKSC does take care of Nepu. Freerun, though, finds Grolu, and the kills just keep going the way of Easy Clap.
Yeah, it kind of went under our radio, but interesting. RKSC switching to a Reinhardt over the Sigma. Another very questionable pick, especially since they're about to be going to last fight territory if they want to even have a chance in this series.
Yeah, Trolly Gang making these swaps right now is probably not the smartest thing for them to be doing. They're giving up so much ult charge here, while the entire side of Easy Clap is about to have, again, all their ultimates here. And look at all these ultimates being popped out here. 2 kills, 3 kills, already going the way of Easy Clap. 4, 5. They need to get a 6 here, and they get that team kill. And it will end the series in a straight sweep for Easy Clap over Trolly Gang.
Bastion diffs in the chat. We went fired up after the first win of the season, and they're definitely looking for more. What a match we saw here. It was. I do want to point out in this final fight, I think it might be actually this Flux. Yeah, it is. Baptiste is lifted into the air, and Genie, before they're able to hit the ground and use their immortality field, they get melted by Flea, leading to Speed's death, our Red X's RK Super to growl, and just it's the domino effect. As soon as Genie fell in that flux, it was over.
Yeah, and honestly, we were talking about that the fact that we thought that we were seeing a brand new Trolly gang there. And again, it's a lot like Kings Row. Once it got down to that last couple point where it got down to the last parts of the map for them, they just really started to fall off. And it all came down to on both times, especially on Rialto, the fact that Easy Clap was able to hold on to their ultimates and not use them. They pretty much had all six ultimates going into that last engagement, and they used all six ultimates to ensure that they were going to win that map.
Yeah, I think it was really coming down to the clutch scenarios. That's where Trolley really fell. The final fight in Rialto, the final fight under attack on third point Kings Row, they were just not able to clutch up when they needed to. Speaking of clutches, I don't really think I need to consult you with player of the match.
Yeah, honestly, I think I know who you're going to pick, so I'll let you let you say
We
it.
mean we gotta give it to Free. Free was
Yeah.
able to just destroy on that Bastion through and through, map after map, fight after fight. The team playing around them so perfectly, but who can make Bastion work like this? I mean, it was absolutely insane the things they were pulling off the flanks, the long sight lines, sometimes even playing on kite. Free was there when the team needed them, and when Free died, the rest of the team stepped up, and that's exactly what you want in a player.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Free was definitely the player of the game. And while I think the first map was just the element of surprise, the last two maps truly showed that he was playing an excellent Bastion, one that was never necessarily topped, even when we saw Speed pop out onto the Bastion, who did do good on Bastion, but just not as good as Free Ren.
Yeah, small shout out to Speed for being able to mirror on that their nice attack, but obviously we know how it ended. Anyways, this was a great match. We're not going to be doing interview, unfortunately. Make sure to tune in next time we see Easy Clap, and hopefully we can get some words from them in the future. Dex, if you have any other words for us.
No, I just want to thank everyone who came out to watch this final stream game of week one. Week two does start this weekend, so make sure you follow us here on Twitch and on Twitter to make sure you know when these games are going to go live, as well as make sure you join the Discord. There's a ping every time one of these matches goes live, and when all the other matches that aren't streamed are playing as well. I want to thank Abrax and Alianos, our two producers tonight, and that's pretty much it. I also want to thank you, Mob. You are a great co-caster.
Thank you. You were great as well. And just as great as this match, perhaps. Love seeing the Bastion, love seeing League Zero again. And I hope to see you all guys all in next week.